Good morning, students. In previous lecture, we have seen changing color depth or bit depth of particular image. Okay, this conversion can be lower to higher or higher to low. If you are going to change it from lower to higher, means 8 bit to 16 bit or 32 bit, then there is no need to change anything. But if you are converting from higher to lower, means if you are converting your image from 32 bits to 16 bits or 8 bits, then you have to do some changes. They are exposure and gamma, highlight compression, equalize histogram, and local adaptation. Okay. Now, today we are going to start from optimizing images using save for web. Means if you are going to save an image which will be used laterly in web page, then how you can save that image. Okay. Another thing, these steps will be useful when we create the web page or when we will design the web page using Photoshop. Okay, then also the optimizing images or saving images for web, the steps will be same. Okay, now see first how to save images for using the web. Okay, first see the theoretical points. With the image, open in Photoshop, choose File, then go to Save for Web and Devices. There is an option in File menu that you can save your image for web and devices. Okay. Why the saving image normally and saving image for web are two different things, because when you are going to save an image for web, by default it will use 256 color palette. From this color palette it will use only 216 colors, as we have seen earlier in this chapter that web colors uses only 216, that web colors are using only 216 colors from the color palette of 256 colors. Okay, other 40 colors are reserved for operating system. Okay, so while you are saving your image for web and devices, or we can say to display on web page, it will use 256 color palette, from which 216 color will be used. Okay, so this is the difference for saving your image normally and saving your image for web and device. After doing this, what will happen? It will give you the difference. See how it will be done. We will see practically. Okay, here there is an image. Okay, now we are going to save this image for web. For this, go to File menu, and there is an option Save for Web. Generally you are using options Save and Save As, but for this we are going to use the option Save for Web. Click on that option. See, first of all, see here original, then optimized means if you are making changes here for web, then it will show you the optimized view. But for this, what you have to do, first you have to see the original, then you are going to see the optimized. But you want to see the difference, then you can switch to this. To up means it will show you the difference between original and optimized. You can also use the 4 up view. This 4 up view will show you the original image and 3 other images of different qualities. Okay, so you can see the difference after making changes in the image. Okay, now we are going to make changes in the image. Okay, here preset is given. First of all, we are using JPEG high. See, if you are going to save this image using JPEG low, then what will happen? The file size will reduce, no doubt, but sometimes in web pages the image will be blurred image. Okay, so you should use either JPG medium or JPEG high. Others will be used, but after designing a web page in Photoshop. Okay, so we will see them later. Now I am using JPEG high. Okay, now see the difference. This is the original, this is the JPEG high. Okay, here are also two images in which there is some difference related to this, means this is medium quality and this is low quality. Okay, see here, this is 60 quality JPEG, this is 29 quality, and this is 14 quality. It shows high quality, medium quality, and low quality JPEG. It is showing you the difference which you want to use. Okay, so we are using JPEG high. Okay, now from this quality already 60 is there, you can decrease this quality. If you are going to decrease this quality, it will show you the difference in image. See, now the quality only 16 is there. Now see the difference. If you are using the quality 88, now see the difference. Sharp image is there and very crystal clear image is there. Okay, now blur. See, in blur it's set on by default 0. Now we are increasing the blur value, means it will blur out your image. See here, difference is there. You can see the blurred image. Okay, so you can use from here. Now uh, there will be some question in mind. Okay, why blur is being used? Sometimes you are displaying some images, giving some effects in your web page, so readily or directly you can blur out your image from here. Okay, again I am going to set it to 0. Now see the quality of it. Okay, if you select preview from here, it will show you in web page, but we will see in designing the web page. Okay, now save. Click on save button. You can save it anywhere in your computer, in any drive, in any folder. Okay, so this was all about how to save an image for web and devices. Am I clear to everyone? How to save the image for web and devices? Is it clear? Yes or no? Okay. Now we are going to see theory point of view. In the top left corner of the dialog box, choose either 2 up or 4 up to display multiple versions of the same image for easy side-by-side comparison. We have chosen the 4 up view. It was showing original image, then JPEG high, JPEG medium, and JPEG low. Okay. For example, if we choose 2 up, which makes it possible to view the original image on the left and preview of the same image at the right. Okay. Now on the right side of the window, just under preset, click the small arrow to open the optimized file format drop down list. Okay. From there, we have selected JPEG high. Okay. Again, you can set the compression quality, that was use the preset options low, medium, high, very high, or maximum from the drop down list, or use the slider. Okay. Lowering the quality reduces the file size and makes the image download more quickly. As I have told you, if I use JPEG low quality, then it will reduce the file size. Then it will be easier to download that file. It will be downloaded very quickly. But if you lower this number too much, the image will look blurry. Means if you are using very low quality for saving image, okay, then it will look blurred image, not clear image. Okay. Specify other settings as desired by clicking Save. The Save Optimized as dialog box opens. Save it into the desired folder. Is it clear to everyone? Steps are very important to remember because you have to write it as a theory point. Is it clear or not? Okay, fine. Now, moving further to our next topic, that is working with color in Photoshop. What will be done in Photoshop? You can select a particular color for background color or foreground color, or You can also recolor your image, or we can say recolor the graphics. Means existing image can be recolored using Photoshop. First we are going to see just how to set background color and foreground color, or which tool is being used for selecting color. Okay. See, I'm going to give an example in this image only. Suppose I want to fill some color in particular area. Then using this rectangular marquee tool, I'm going to select a particular area. Okay. Now this area is being selected. Now use this color picker tool from toolbox, or we can say paint bucket tool from toolbox. We have used selected this tool. Now these are the colors. See here, I am moving my cursor here over these colors. This is foreground color. This is background color. You can choose any of the color. It's not like that you can use only foreground color. Okay. See, suppose I am using background color. Here color is given already. Click OK. Click on this. See, this area is being filled. Okay, by using the paint bucket tool. Is this clear to everyone? Yes or no? How to use background and foreground colors by selecting color? Okay. Remember one thing, first you have to select a particular, remember one thing, first you have to select a particular area for applying color in existing image. Okay. Okay, fine. Now another option is you can go to edit menu and use the fill method. Now we are going to see another method for filling the color in your image. Okay. For that you have to use the edit menu. Okay. Go to edit and then fill. Okay. See how to use this. We have selected a particular portion. Now we are going to use the fill method. In fill method, there is a first option, contents. You can use any of them, either foreground color or background color or color you want to select, then content aware, then pattern, then history, either black, 50% gray or white. Okay. First I am going to show you the pattern. Here custom patterns are given. I am going to select this pattern. Okay. Now you can use blending mode. Means which mode you want to use for filling the color or pattern. Here darken is there, normal is there, dissolve is there, so many modes are there. We are using darken. Okay. Again here scripted patterns. If you want to use, then you have to check this checkbox. How you can fill the pattern: brick fill, cross view, random fill, spiral, symmetry fill. These are the different styles for filling the pattern. Opacity is set to 100%. Okay. I am going to click OK now. See here. Pattern is being filled. Okay. Is it clear to everyone how to use the fill option from edit menu? Again, I am going to show you how to fill the color using fill method from edit. Is this clear to everyone? Yes or no? Okay. Now we are going to use color from fill. Okay. Again go to fill, then use color. You can choose any of the color you want to fill. Okay. Click on OK. Here mode is darken. You can select another modes also. Darker color, suppose I am using opacity is set to 100%. Click on OK. See, this opacity is for color, not for any of the layer. Okay. So color is visible 100% here. Is this clear to everyone? How to use fill method from edit menu? You can go to edit menu and select fill, or you can press shift plus F5 key from your keyboard to display the fill dialog box. Okay. Now see the theoretical points for that. See, working with color in Photoshop. See here, with Photoshop, you can alter the appearance of an image by changing the colors that make up the image. Photoshop allows you to work with the foreground color and the background color. These color choices also correspond to various drawing tools included with Photoshop. For example, paint bucket tool and brush tool. In the here we have used paint bucket tool. Okay, this document includes information on selecting colors and recoloring graphics. Means how you can select the color. Selecting color uses color picker tool for changing, resetting or moving foreground and background color. We can also use the paint bucket tool. How to recolor the graphics? Use the fill command. One way to change the color of an image is by using the fill command. The fill dialog box allows you to fill with either the foreground color or background color, or with black, white or gray, or we can say we can fill pattern also. Okay. If you will be using the foreground color or background color, verify that the color is correct. Okay. You must first see that color you have selected the correct color. Select the area you wish to apply color to for information on how to select an area. Okay. We have used rectangular marquee tool. From edit menu, select fill. The dialog box will appear like this. Okay. We have seen already in Photoshop. From the use pull down list, this is the use pull down list, select the desired option. Okay, now in blending, this is the optional. In blending section, make any necessary changes. You can change opacity also, you can change blend mode from here also. Okay, so this was the theoretical point of view, how to change the colors of particular image, or how to select a color and how to recolor your graphics. Okay, is this clear to everyone? Yes or no? Okay, fine. Now moving further to next topic, that is transform. Okay, very interesting topic of this chapter, and this is the last topic of first chapter. You will enjoy this transform command. Okay, first we will see it practically, then we will see it by theoretical point of view. I have an image of fish. Okay, now I am going to apply various transform options. For that, you have to go to edit menu. There is an option transform. Okay, or you can directly select by right clicking on it, free transform. Okay, first of all we are going to use this transform option, different transform option. See, when you are going to open an image for transforming, you have to unlock the background, then and only then you can apply different transform commands. Okay, see, I am opening this image. See here, lock sign is there in the background layer. You have to double click it, then OK. Click on OK, then the layer will be unlocked. Then and only then transform will be applied. Okay. Now go to edit menu. Select transform. First I am going to scale the image. Scale means you can either reduce the size of an image, or you can increase the size of an image. See, it will give you the points. Okay, at each and every corner and at middle. By dragging these points, you can scale the image, but see the difference of scaling image. If I am going to scale this image, the back part of this fish is hidden. Why? Because it is stretched inside it. Okay, see now. Here whole canvas, or we can say whole document, is not being scaled. The image is being scaled. This is the difference. Remember it. See. Okay, if you want to scale whole document, then you can go to image and increase or decrease the image size that we have seen already. Okay. Now, if you want to apply or you don't want to apply the transform, see, I have transformed this image. Okay, by pressing enter key, it will be applied. Or you can go to move tool. When you are going to select move tool, it will prompt you if you want to apply the transformation or don't want to apply. Okay, that was the scale. Now going to rotate. Rotate will give you the point in the rotating form. See this cursor, it is in rotating form. You can rotate your image like this, but inside the document, or we can say inside the canvas, whole image is not being rotated, or we can say whole document is not being rotated. Okay, see, clear this rotate, we can rotate like this. Now I am going to click on move tool. See, the dialog box appeared. Apply the transformation. If you want to apply, then click on it. I don't want to apply, so I am selecting don't apply. Okay. This was about rotating the image. Now skew. This is the skew. See how it works. Just dragging, I am dragging any of the corner like this. You can skew it in direction where you want to apply the skewing. See this. Okay. Again, I am not applying the skew. Again, go to transform menu. This distort. It will give you the twist effect. See, like this. I can twist the image. Okay. Another thing I am going to show you for distort. Suppose I am selecting particular area using rectangular marquee tool in particular image. Okay. Now again, on the selected area, I am going to apply the distort. See, you can also transform a particular part in your image. Like this, I can twist the image. See, I have taken this point here. So image is being twisted. Okay. Again, I am not applying this distort. Okay. Now going to see another option in transform, that is perspective. Okay. See, first to see the effect, I am just dragging this corner. It is applying the effect in both corners, both bottom corners. So perspective means what? Another side is being transformed with respect to the side which you are going to transform. Means what? Suppose I am going to transform this side, the opposite side is transformed automatically. Okay. Again, see, I am going to transform this side. Okay, this opposite side is being transformed automatically in perspective. See, this is the meaning of perspective. Another point is being transformed with perspection. Either we can say in perspection of the first point. That is called perspective. Okay. Is this clear to everyone? All transform options: scale, rotate, skew, distort, perspective. Okay, and I am going to use the web. See, it will divide your image in 9 different parts. You can transform any of the part from this. See, here grid is being shown. Okay, I am going to transform from this grid. Just to select this. You can transform it anywhere in web option. It will allow you to transform your image in any of the web, but the image is being divided into 9 parts. So transforming your image is very easy. See now this image. Okay, like this way you can use various transform options for your image. Are these options clear to everyone? Yes or no? Okay, fine. Now see here. Now these are also transform options, but they are just rotating your image, flipping your image. Okay, suppose I am using rotate 180 degrees, see the direction of face. Okay, again see the transform. I have rotated the image at 180 degree. Rotated 90-degree clockwise, see the direction of fish. Again we are going to transform this image, rotate counterclockwise 90 degree. The original is there. Flip horizontal, see. And again there is an option, flip vertical. Okay, it is being flipped vertical. If you want to see the difference, see again. See here this design and see here this design. Again I am going to flip it vertically. Now difference is there. You can see the difference of transforming an image vertically or flipping an image vertically. Okay, clear this to everyone? How to rotate and flip the image using transform? Yes or no? Very easy. You have to just use ready-made options only. Okay. Now see, there is an option free transform, or when you are going to make a poster or something for using Photoshop, then Control plus T or free transform is very useful tool. Why? Because sometimes you are putting a text on your document, or sometimes you are going to place an image in existing poster. Then Control plus T or free transform is very useful. Why? Because it will give you the scaling effect in your document. Okay, if you want to see, then if you want to see again, just wait a minute. See, in this image I am going to place another image. Suppose I have placed this GTU logo. Okay, see, another layer is being created. Here already free transform points are being displayed. Sometimes if points are not being displayed, then you can select a particular layer, then press the Ctrl T key, or you can use free transform from edit menu. Now you can scale this image. Okay, like this. Press enter, it will be placed there. Clear this free transform to everyone? Shortcut key for free transform is Ctrl plus T. Select a particular layer in which you want to apply free transform. Then press Ctrl plus T. Then you can resize it. Okay. Clear this free transform to everyone? Yes or no? Okay. We are going to see it theoretically. How transform you can write. See, using free transform, I have shown you in last free transform. Transform selection and free transform both are used to move, resize and reshape the selections. The difference is that free transform affects the pixels inside the selection outline, means it will resize your document or resize your particular image inside the outline. Okay, while transform selection affects only the selection outline itself. The transform option will transform your image at particular selection only. See, now in transform, there are options scale, rotate, skew, distort, apply perspective, or we can say perspective or web. Okay. For this, you have to go to edit menu, select transform option, then from that you can select any of this option. Okay. Now, if you are going to choose select scale option, Then drag handle on the bounding box. Bounding box means it is going to display you the points. Okay. Then you can scale your image. If you choose rotate, you can move the pointer outside and rotate your image. If you use Q, then you can slant the box or slant your image. If you use distort, then it will give you the twisting effect. See here. If you use perfect perspective, then one point will be transformed with respected to another point, with respect to another point. Okay. If you choose web, then your area will be image area will be divided into 9 portions. Then any of the portion you can drag. Now transform selection. In transform selection, there are options: rotate 180 degree, rotate 90 degree clockwise, rotate 90 degree counterclockwise, flip horizontal, and flip vertical. Okay, is this clear to everyone? What is transform in Photoshop? Most IMP question. Transform in Photoshop. Yes or no? Okay. Another thing, today you must see it from your litho, how you can write the theory of transform, because here transform selection is very easy, but for writing the theory for these options, scale, rotate, skew, distort, will take some time. Okay, so see the theory points carefully. If you have any doubt, then ask me. Okay, so we are going to end our session over here. Thank you, students.